One man is not humanly possible for this to happen. For one man to paint a whole barn by himself in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Like barn paint, trim, cutting it in, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Right. So as long as I don't think about it, I'm gonna get done. But if I think about it, I'm gonna come to my senses. So I better get back going.
All right. But it looks so good what he's done so far. And he's right there at the finish line. And hopefully he'll be able to cross it today. But if not, there is tomorrow, and he'll get it done. He's so funny, y'all.
I'm tired and grumpy.
He's so funny. He's in his mood now because he's grumpy. And like, I don't like anything like that mood. But, y'all, he's almost done. And, you know, he'll probably save a little steam for the video. Or he may not. He may push it, get it done, and still get a video done. Who knows? But we shall see.
I.A.G Farms. It's all about God. Beautiful day on the farm as always, and even more beautiful coming out and looking at Ernest this morning with that beautiful coat of barnwood gray paint on the side paneling. And today, as y'all can see, I got my white ultra pure white paint mixed up for the trim. And I'm just about to go around and go in straight beast mode and try to get all this trim painted today so we can be done with this barn today. All of the painting will be done if I can go ahead and get all this trim painted, which I think I'm gonna be able to, like I said, because I painted. If y'all saw the video, if you didn't, you need to go back and watch it because I know y'all are in shock looking at this if you didn't see the video where we painted the barn. But I painted the whole barn by myself in one day, really in a half a day, because I was editing that morning. I had to edit that night. I helped Megan back here on her business, Resurrection Campers, on the Resurrection Ranch at Resurrection Campers. I was helping her later that evening. So probably, I painted this whole barn myself probably in about 3 or 4 hours, you know, cutting in everything, rolling on everything and all. So I think it's a whole lot less trim work to do, paint trim, than it was painting the actual siding, the barnwood gray. And so, yeah, I think I'll be able to get done with it today. Like I say, if not, I'll do some work on it tomorrow. But my goal is to be done with it today, like I say, because we got a lot of big projects that I need to get done. And we're trying to get ready to go to Disneyland, Disney World, whichever one it is, the one in Orlando, Florida. And we have a big trip planned, not planning, it's already planned. We're spending a whole, like, what is it, 7 or 8 days. I think the actual trip is gonna be like 6 days, and we're gonna have like a couple days for driving and things like that. So it's it's gonna be epic, and I can't wait to bring you all along for that. But today I'm trying to knock down one of my goals so that I can, you know, have fun. Gotta work hard so I can have fun hard. Work hard, play hard. That's a better way to say it. But anyway, so let me go ahead and get up here because it's a hot day out here today. I don't know if y'all can see I'm sweating already. I ain't even got to work. Just walking out here and getting the paint ready, letting the chickens out and getting the paint ready. I'm pouring sweat already. But it's starting to get hot in Mississippi. And but the good thing is this is a good time to paint because the paint dries quick. But as soon as you get it up there, it's dry for real. And I'm gonna really have to be strategic when I paint our home, when I paint Emma, because it can't be too hot. Neither can it be too cold, because if it's too hot, that tin is like, I'm talking about burn your finger hot. And so that paint is just gonna roll off of it, bubble up and roll off. And it can't be too cold, you know, because it has to be within a certain range of temperature. So I'm gonna probably have to paint a little bit in the morning, early in the morning, paint. Well, I can't paint early in the morning because I have to wait till the dew dries. So in other words, y'all get what I'm saying. Painting that metal is gonna be a challenge. Like I said, maybe I can find some nice, perfect weather, cool fall days to paint it. But yeah, so let me get working on this barn. Y'all can see right here on this fence line here, and I almost forgot to tell y'all, I was trying to remember. But you remember when we painted the barn, there was a lot of stuff growed up on this farm gate and on this fence line. And the boys and I, off camera, came and cleared all this stuff off the fence line. It really didn't take us about like 5 or 10 minutes. And we got a couple more spots and going down our fence line on our pastures where it does the same thing. I don't know what this stuff is that grows on these farm gates, but it loves growing on our farm gates for some reason. But it's some type of vine. It's not poison ivy or anything, but it comes off pretty easy, like I say, because it just comes off all in one stretch. So like I said, you cut it a couple times and it comes off good. But we got that cleaned off so that we can have a clear view to our barn. And Megan is working on getting some flowers and things like that. For once we get done painting, she's gonna do like a little flower bed, and like she told y'all on the previous video, going the whole stretch of the barn. And also she's gonna do some flowers here on this stretch, and you're kind of gonna have a side-by-side walkway going to what's gonna be our future garden, vegetable garden. And then maybe some flowers around these posts here, maybe some flowers on top of those posts. I think we're gonna also paint these posts as well, maybe with that same gray or maybe even white, and have it nice. Paint this farm gate here probably gray, the same barnyard gray, barnwood gray as the barn. And then we'll have a nice walkway going into our future garden site. And as you can see now, we have pigs in here prepping the garden. And I really need to get those feeder pigs in here because these pigs really can't till it like I want them to. They're only doing surface work, but they're doing good enough. Like I say, after they get done, I'll come in. Look at the little baby pig out. They just walk right through the fence. Get on back in that fence, baby pig. Yeah, you look up and they all be out just sitting there in the shade. But anyway, once the pigs get done in here, we'll come in and till it up, put down compost, cover crop, and all those type of things, and get it ready for planting. But yeah, that's the plan. Is to have just a aesthetics garden in front of the barn, and then have a flower bed garden over here, flower bed garden over here, and then probably, you know, decorating these areas some type of way. And also decorating with flowers around this farm gate as well, leading into our future beautiful vegetable garden. But all right, y'all, time is money. The more I talk, the less time I have, and the hotter and hotter that it gets. So let me go ahead and get up on this ladder, and hopefully at some point today, I'll catch some shade. But right now I'm being full sun, 12 feet in the air. So let me get on this ladder and start painting. Y'all stick around.
I'm off to invisible grounds. Don't know when to stop. Returning, it's not the way for me. Only a mile to go.
if y'all can tell or not, but I'm struggling to find the rhythm up there with that big old piece of 1x10 up there. How to paint it, because I got a bigger paintbrush that I'm using, and yeah, I got a bigger paintbrush that I'm using, and I also have this smaller one here for the smaller trim. But what I need is my little 2-inch or 3-inch roller, but I can't find the handle for it. And so I'm really struggling with it because this paint actually goes on pretty thin, and it really needs 2 coats. But I don't have enough energy to give this trim 2 coats. So I'm trying to take my time. It's drying pretty fast, and I'm trying to paint it and then paint everything else and then come back for a second coat on it before I come down. And I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to see how that works. But it's pretty hard doing that for real. It was actually easier painting the siding than it is this trim, but I'm gonna get a good rhythm eventually, especially once I get on the ground, because I'm up so high in the air now, and then I'm struggling with that 1x10, getting it covered good, because like I say, this paint's kind of thin, and then it's not covering good, and it really needs 2 coats, but we'll get it figured out. I'm gonna catch a rhythm eventually.
Returning is not the way for me. Only a mile to go. Somewhere I belong. I see it clearer now. I feel like I'm all out of time. So tell me you stay behind. Make sure I get to the end. I hope you can see in the dark. It only takes just a little spark to fill my head with the light. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty rough right there. I'm glad to be done with that. I got everything up high. That big old 1x10 up there, and also that 1x4 there going across. Let's see, going, if I can get my finger. Let's see, going across there like that right there. I got that painted as well. Now I have a nice little bit of time on the ground because I got to paint this trim down here. Paint the trim around the door, which I can do all from a small ladder. And then all of this trim on the front, I can do that from a small ladder as well. And even though I have a big 1x10 up there, it won't be as hard as it was way up there. Having to get up on that big old long tall ladder way up there with bees buzzing around my head and everything. But yeah, so I'm glad to be on the ground now. And then all of the trim around the windows and everything, all of that should really pop, and I can take my time painting all that. And like I said, if I need to go with a double coat on those things, I can. Like I say, just kind of, you know, tracing back over it as I paint a little bit, go back to what's dry, paint it over, you know, and kind of like, you know, double paint it while I'm painting it, so I won't have to like paint the whole barn, trim, then come back another day and paint it all again. So yeah, if that makes sense. But that tired me out, so I'm gonna probably sit down and take a break, and then I'll start doing all this lower stuff, like I say, working from the door and under the covering of the barn all the way around the front where these windows are, and I won't have to get back on the tall ladder until I get on the other side over there on the other gable end. So I'm glad to be done with that up there, because man, that was rough for real. I never could get a good rhythm going. Like I said, I couldn't figure out like what the proper way to do it was, but I got it done, and I kind of doubled back over it as I did it, and who knows, I might get back up there and paint it again. But it looks pretty good. Like I said, I got to see what it looks like when it dry, once it dries. But let me take a break, get something to drink, and start working on this lower trim on the smaller ladder. And you can see this trim here. This is really what I'm trying to eliminate. Like I say, you see all them scuff marks and all of that stuff. Like I say, once I paint it, you can see it real good right there. But once I paint it, I'll be able to come through every now and then and just pressure wash it. And then all of the dirt that's on the barn and everything on that trim will just wash and scrub it right off. And so that's the goal, is to get a little bit of this semi-gloss white paint on there. because you can see that's what I've painted already. You can see how just pearly, icy white it looks, and that's what hasn't been painted. So if I go on over, you can see I painted right there, and then I haven't painted in those sections. So that's what it's looking like close up. Y'all might not be able to tell from a distance, but I try to get y'all a little bit closer so I can actually see what's going on, because I'm rolling, I'm trying to get this done. But now that I'm down low and I don't have to get on that big ladder way up there painting that big old 1x10, it's going on pretty quick. So let me set y'all back up and get back to it.
Tim just finally got done with the front side of the barn, and the side of the barn, and I guess this is the front. But Tim just got done with that section of the barn on the side, and now he's transitioned to the front. And the trim paint is so much more detailed and tedious, so he's been cutting in. It's a little bit warm out here in Mississippi, and that side is like full sun. He had to get high on the ladder, so it's a little bit nicer here in the shade. The barn, actually, the covering of the barn produces some shade here, as you can see. The sun in this section behind me, but it's a huge section of shade right in front of the barn, so that'll be a nice break for him to not have to get on his big boy high ladder and to have a little bit of shade for this section. And the cutting in is you know, kind of square, so a little bit easier. He doesn't have all those different peaks and triangular angles and things like that. So this should be fun, because he actually, you know, can enjoy painting. Painting can be enjoyable, because we were talking about it yesterday, and he actually decided to do more cutting in instead of like being more aggressive and harder with the roller. So he's trying to make quick work of this, but also make sure it's done well and enjoy the process. So now that he has a little bit of shade, he can enjoy the painting trim out process. But I will say this, it looks really, really good, because, you know, it's already white. Why would you have to paint it, right? No, it really pops once you have that ultra pure white on there. It just, whoo, you can tell the difference once you put it on. So it looks good. And he's just gonna continue painting this side and then onto the other side, which actually mirrors the front side, but hopefully he won't be in full sun anymore.
Right here under the thumb of the cold air, a calling from something that's out there somewhere, wondering when we'll be departing from here. Anyone else would go back inside, but we set out to walk 1,000 good miles from our hometown, leaving everyone behind as their slow fires died down. Once we left, we found it harder and harder to slow down, 'cause we set out to walk 1,000 good miles from our hometown. 1,000 good.
It looks great. Let's do the comparison.
Yeah.
So this is the before. It's like, oh, it's white. It looks pretty good. No need to paint it, right? But then this is the after. Oh. It's a whole nother white, really. It's just white, bright. That's it.
What y'all think, Turkey? Does it look good? You tell he's looking good. Even flies off the side of the barn.
Oh, yeah.
Leaving everyone behind as their slow fires died down. Once we left, we found it harder and harder to slow down. Yeah, we set out to walk 1,000 good miles from our hometown, leaving everyone behind as their slow fires died down. Once we left, we found it harder and harder to slow down, 'cause we set out to walk 1,000 good miles from our hometown. 1,000 good miles. Yeah, yeah, 1,000 good miles. Oh, 1,000 good miles. Oh, oh, yeah, 1,000 good miles. Ooh, 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 yeah, 1,000 good miles.
If I have a challenge that seems impossible, or a habit that seems unbreakable, or a setback that seems inescapable, any problem that I am not capable of solving on my own.
All right, y'all. I got done with this front side here, and it's looking good, looking real good. And that white is really starting to pop. The more and more I paint, it's like getting rid of all those dirty spots, nail holes, and all those type of things, scuff marks. And it's just really making that barnwood gray really pop on the barn. But I got one more side to go. I don't think I'm gonna get done today. I don't think I'm gonna get up there and do the top, like I say, unless I get a burst of energy from somewhere, because I'm pretty tired. But it's cooling down now, so if it was still hot, I'd probably stop now. But I'm gonna go ahead and do everything down low that I can get to without a ladder. Or I'm gonna do everything, I may do what I can get to on the small ladder. I'm definitely not pulling out that that orange ladder. But I think I'm gonna get everything I can get to on the ground and then get that out the way. And then probably tomorrow come out and then get everything up high on the ladder. So like I said, I might pull out the short ladder and get it and get up high to that point, and then just save the peak for tomorrow. But we're getting this thing done. So let me go ahead and just give it one more spurt and see how much I can get done.
Lord, that you've called me to, I won't make it on my own. Where are we? Show yourself strong. Lifter of my head when I'm low. Show yourself strong. So now to him who is able to do more than I ever could hope for, I give you permission, Lord, be within me. 'Cause together we win, we win, we win, we win, we win, we win. Lord, you're more than able. We win, so we win, we win, we win, we win, we win. There is no sin that's unforgivable, no season that is unchangeable. There's no sickness that is unhealable, and no one that is unlovable.
The boys and I are done with homeschool for today, and we decided to come out and check on Tim's progress on the barn because we heard a rumor that he might almost be finished. So I'm gonna walk y'all around and show y'all his progress. Here it is, y'all, the barn, not just with the barnyard gray paint on the boards, but also ultra pure white on the trim, and it really pops. As you can see, he has this first side done, and then he also has the front of the barn done here. That trim looks really good around the windows. And now, oh, wait, one more thing. Even on the inside, I'll show y'all that first before I work my way around to where he is now. Even on the inside of the barn here, under the cover, he's also done the trim. Looks like a couple little touch-up spots that he'll need to hit with the ladder, but he's mostly gotten this trim done as well. And now I'm going to walk you around to this final side that he is on now. And there he is. He's done all the stuff that's low, that does not need a ladder, and now he's on his mid-size ladder, just trying to get this top piece of trim here. And then the last thing he'll have, other than those little touch-up spots, are these gable ends at the tippy top that he'll need his big ladder to get to. So he is right there, the finish line, you know, like at it, almost there. So do you think you'll be finished up today? Got a couple more hours of daylight?
I look tired.
Ask me again, let me close my eyes. Let me see.
Do I look tired? Yeah, but
so I don't have to lie.
I think that I'm gonna get done. But
good.
I'm gonna give it a probability, like a percentage.
Okay.
There's a 70-30
Oh, okay.
that I'm gonna get done.
Okay.
Now the 70 is that I'm not gonna get done. The 30 is that I might get done. So I know I'm gonna get done with this line I'm doing now.
Right.
But I'm running out of steam. I done said that like 5 times, and it's true. It's been true every time. But that last, which is the hardest part.
Yeah, getting on the ladder.
That peak, that 1x10 up there, and that's that's the one right there.
Right.
But I think I'm gonna be able to do it though. Like I said, once I get done with this, I'm gonna just do it without thinking about it. If I think about it too much, then I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
Because then I'm gonna think like, one man, it's not humanly possible for this to happen. For one man to paint a whole barn by himself in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Like barn paint, trim, cutting it in, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Right. So as long as I don't think about it, I'm gonna get done. But if I think about it, I'm gonna come to my senses. So I better get back going.
All right. But it looks so good what he's done so far. And he's right there at the finish line. And hopefully he'll be able to cross it today. But if not, there is tomorrow and he'll get it done.
Yeah, the real question, what determines if I'm gonna get finished today or not, is if I want to edit a video tonight.
Oh.
So, video tomorrow for I.A.G Farms, I might want to go ahead and quit.
That,
But,
yeah.
if I keep going and just skip tomorrow with loading the video, then I can get done. So.
That's it, y'all. He said the real question about whether or not he'll be able to get done is whether or not he also has to edit a video tonight for I.A.G Farms. So we've actually already put out that sneak peek. And yeah, so if he's committed to editing a video tonight, that means he's gonna have to cut it off and leave some room, some energy in order to go to his third job of the day and edit tonight. So I hate to leave y'all on this cliffhanger like this, but
Man, I've been working this hard. It's like I got one line left. We finished. Call that done. Finished. Y'all well done.
He's so funny, y'all.
I'm tired and grumpy.
He's so funny. He's in his mood now because he's grumpy. And like, I don't like anything like that mood. But y'all, he's almost done. And you know, he'll probably save a little steam for the video, or he may not. He may push it, get it done and still get a video done. Who knows? But for those of you that were with me on the cliffhanger, I'm going to, you know, allay your suspense. I'm gonna relieve all your suspense. He has the big boy ladder out and he is finishing today. There it is, y'all. We shall see. But he's done a great work on the barn. It looks absolutely amazing. I'm just seeing this ultra pure white in the background popping against that barnyard gray, and it makes me happy. I'm excited to see Ernest come to completion. But we're gonna call it right here for this video on what I call a cliffhanger. But Grumpy Man behind me is like, I'm done with the barn.
It's time to plant some flowers out there.
Alright, so we're gonna call it right here for today. It's I.A.G Farms. Where's Titus? Here comes Titus. Here comes Titus and Benjamin. We will see y'all on the next one.